I'd be more than happy to whip you up a meal, but nothing comes...
I'll be more than happy to...
Eileen, be a dear and scrounge up some potatoes from the field. And I'm not sure if we've got any hearty potato...
That earthy aroma. Oh, it reminds me of my grandmother's steamed potatoes. That didn't take too long, right? I have good senses.
Oh.
Good. Now that our stomachs are full, let's try putting our heads together. Gieth chose a body that's been dead for quite some time. According to what I know of nature, the body should have decomposed already. So how do you think he got around that?
Oh, that reminds me of something Father taught me last week in class. It was something on alchemy used to track time. I remember it because I really struggled with the reagents. Clorence said something like, "Eileen, what good's ahead if you don't even use it?" Then she said, what did she say? "Eileen, you're so stupid you'd flip over an hourglass to check the time." Oh, right! Sands of Time! Using Papa's special recipe, it's possible to restore the flow of time where it's been halted. But it's difficult to get the materials. Only black stones of a purity of at least 73% will work. Papa brought some such stones to class last week, but I think, I used them all up.
Color me surprised. I should have brought Clorence along. She would have come up with another plan, surely.
I'm sorry. I'm not Clorence.
I think you're crossing the line here, Takros. My grandfather will hear of your behavior.
Eileen, don't give up. There is always a way. We will find it together.
Well, I suppose certain ingredients can be substituted, but we'd need an object one would sacrifice their life for.
A goblin's horn should do then, I imagine. Can't understand why the bastards are so obsessed with this thing, though.
Here! Over here! I have a black stone.
It once belonged to the old chief.
Singular mind, eh? You keep mum until we start on about goblins. That black stone is better put to use elsewhere. Right now, we have a better tool at our disposal. The goblins themselves.
Quiet, I can't think. I'm becoming potato-brained standing in all these potatoes. What's your gut tell you, adventurer? I'll follow your lead.
You do know that goblins who've lost their war horns are good as dead, right? Takros, you still consider yourself human?
You're nothing but a Median deserter, squatting in the ruins of a fallen kingdom. If you were so scared of goblins that you had to flee to Velia for sanctuary, you should have just kept your cowardly ass there.
I care not about your slanderous words, but I shall mark them as an act of mutiny. Once our operation here is done, you will be punished accordingly.
May the great king... And then... Well, you... And you...
Look at the black stones twisting their hearts like this. Oh, I can't stand to see it. I'll be working on the sands of time. Now, please fetch me the first ingredient. I require fresh blood of a weasel. Fortunately, there are plenty of weasels around the farm. And I've even brought my best friend along. This book may look a bit worn out, but she's full of knowledge.
He must have appeared in my dreams for a reason.
Next, we'd need a shimmering wildflower. They're sometimes found blooming in Awa's plains.
Since you're flower picking in Ewa's plains anyway, shouldn't be too hard to nab a war horn off a goblin while you're there.
Even in death, I shall curse you all! So you... And you...
Better take this fool to the research lab in Keplen. To lose one's humanity like this. Tragic, really.
The story goes that the shimmering lights from these wildflowers are the very souls of innocent children who were sacrificed in the foolish King Noir's search for eternal life.
Let's go hunt out a decent spot to brew up our concoction. Takros, can we trust you to protect us without riling up any more goblins?
Oh, we need to move quickly. Let's do our best to get this in one go. You got here quickly, and just in time. Ta-da! I managed to put together a makeshift magic cauldron. Don't look at me like that. It actually took a lot of ingenuity to put that together. All right. Now, if we perform some simple alchemy with these ingredients, we should obtain something known as the fragments of time. Don't look at me like that. It actually took a lot of ingenuity to put that together. Oh, look at the color of the smoke. I think that means you were successful. I mean, none of my past attempts produced such a color, so that's good. Take those, place them inside the pot, and you will be able to create the sands of time. Yes! I can't believe it! It worked! Oh, let me take a look at that. The sands of time. Oh, we did it! Hooray! If only Father would put this recipe on my next test.
It's the moment of truth. I shall call for my men. It's time we finally reveal the fiend behind the mask.
Finally. I shall meet with the one I've seen only in my dreams. This doesn't feel right. Pray, be careful, adventurer.
Sprinkle this on the goblin mural atop Awas Hill, and you'll be able to summon forth Geath from the Dark Rift. Fast. Tacros probably should have already arrived in Velia by now. Goodness, adventurer. Whatever are you?
It was you, Gieth. The one who pushed me towards Kron Castle in my dreams.
Emma, be careful, okay? Will she be alright, adventurer?
He appears to be saying something. Adventurer, I wish to speak with him.
I need the power and wisdom to protect my people. It seems that I still lack both. I need more black stones. The black stones granted me the gift of this flesh. At the same time, so too began this dreadful nightmare of Kron. He spoke to me. If I wished for the nightmares to end, all I needed to do was but destroy the relic atop the spire at Kron Castle.
Who was he? Are you speaking of the man clad in black robes? Was he the one who gave you the black stone?
You seem to know a lot more than I thought. As he instructed me, I advanced toward Kron Castle, bringing destruction to all I laid eyes upon. And yet, at the spire, I encountered one who could not be killed. This body I inhabit froze at first sight.
You too have been dreaming the same nightmares as I. What did you find at the spire?
The thirst, it burns. It overwhelms me once more. Soon this body shall no longer be able to reside in this world. By the time I return, I shall be caught in the abyss, maddened by a pain that only my flesh shall remain, crying out. If only someone would remember that I shall protect my poor tribe forever.
Gia, wait!
I'm speechless. Did you end up losing that fiend? We should have joined forces to exterminate him and the rest of the goblins for good.
Geeth is gone for good, so you can rest easy. Though, do you perhaps know who's guarding the relic within Kron Castle?
And where'd you hear something like that? That kind of knowledge shouldn't be tossed around so casually.
It doesn't matter how we know. We know. You're resident of Velia now, Takros. Don't you think it's your civic duty to tell us?
Understood, milady. I shall tell you of all that I know. None of this is news to the chief anyway. The reason the Median deserters could stay in those ruins, well-fed, well-supplied, is due to aid from an outside benefactor. Not a clue whom. They only dealt directly with our leader.
Outside benefactor. Sounds wealthy. And powerful. Oh, any chance he's got a baby face, too?
I'm not sure. In exchange for their constant support, they had only one condition: for us to protect the spire's entrance at any cost. We were also instructed to never open the entrance. Didn't stop a few fellows whose curiosity was greater than their sense.
What happened to them?
They died. Milady, you're not thinking of going there now, are you?
We must head to Kron Castle. Adventurer, I believe this is the most opportune time with you by our side.
I see there's no changing your mind, milady. Though I'd ask, if all goes well, that you put in a good word for me with the chief. With our current numbers, a full frontal assault would be suicide. We need to go in with a small team to infiltrate enemy lines. Once inside, you'll find a man named Beetle hiding out in exile. He's the only fool still alive who's tried to open those gates. He, too, seems interested in getting out, settling down in Velia. With enough persuasion, I imagine he'd offer his full cooperation. I'll remain here and keep an eye out for Geeth if he ever returns. I entrust these ladies in your care. If I ever get a promotion, drinks are on me.
Elion's balls! Who do you think you are sneaking up on me like that? I nearly pissed myself. Eh? Come again? You want me to sneak you into the castle? And you'll get me Velian citizenship, is that right? How are you aiming to do that? Getting you in alone would be a feat in itself, but getting the lot of you in? Forget it.
Hello there. I'm Eileen. I beg you reconsider. We really can keep our word. This girl, right here, her grandfather's the chief of Velia. And rumor has it that you'd like to start a new life in town, so,
Oh, so she is. The stone-faced wench herself. Just poured right out of me, that did. Apologies. Let me start again. Name's Beetle. I would happily be your guide. I may not look it, but I hail from a long line of guild advisors. The reason we've been stationed here for so long was due to our dealings with some outsiders. Not sure which merchant guild they hail from, but they kept us well equipped and well fed with a steady stream of supplies. If we say we're here to inspect the supplies, they'll let us through. When they shout the passphrase, black or red, reply silver. I'm thinking our grizzled adventure here would be a dead giveaway. To play the part of a merchant, best let the ladies handle it.
Hold! Moving or shoot!
Huh?
Black or red?
What?
Black or red?
Silver?
Come on. What the hell kind of response is that?
Ah, don't mind her, she's new. Sounds like you guys are having a hard day, yeah?
Shit like this just makes it harder. Move along.
Let's go then.
Another inspection, eh? Do we really need 2 a day?
Well, it's like we say. Any merchant worth their spice always measures storage thrice.
Hold up! I recognize that ugly mug. Beetle! What are you doing showing your face here? Guards! Anyone?
That was close. I'll hand it to you, you're more capable than you look. Anyway, what's brought you and this gaggle of classy lasses to such a dangerous place as this?
We're here to examine the ruins of Kron Castle Spire. No need to be alarmed. Takros told us everything. And yet, even though it is the first time I'm physically here, it's somewhat unnerving. I've seen this place so many times in my nightmares that it all seems so familiar.
Nightmares? Does your ladyship have such horrid dreams too? Then she must be... Are you the expert who's traveled the world studying specters?
Huh? An expert? No. No, not yet anyway. My sister's the one to call on for that. Why? Are you all struggling with nightmares too? Please, you must tell us.
Yes, we are. It wasn't as bad as this before, but they've become far more frequent these days. The vengeful souls of this castle torment me in my dreams, especially those gathered in the well over there. Apparently, one of the kings of old poisoned the well and gathered up all the dead maidens' bodies. Ah, just the thought gives me chills. What? What do you mean you want to go there? Just look, it's practically swarming with soldiers. Is this well really so important? What are you going to do? Set the whole place on fire, then just waltz in for a chat with some goats? Is that the plan?
That's given me an idea. Here, adventurer, take this. Remembering Hannah. You recognize it, don't you? This is the journal Richie recovered from the Bartali ossuary. The one from the Kron period. Like Beetle said, let's play with fire. Set a tent alight to create chaos among the soldiers. Then burn this book over the well. Igniting the reagent should manifest the spirits. But, such a waste. Such a precious reagent wasted on this. There go my plans for conjuring a hunky specter on a lonely evening. That's given me an idea. Here, adventurer, take this. Remembering Hannah.
idiot touched the spire door again?
Have the vengeful souls returned?
Run away!
The king's descendant has finally deigned to step foot here, the sinful legacy of her forebears coursing through her veins. We cried out incessantly, for how could we remain silent? Yet to have our cries reach only the ears of the loathsome royal line, a cruel fate indeed. For why did we cry? Our children held captive is why. Trapped within the spire, beaten by chilling winds, guarded by the king's mighty knight. Do you yet wonder why we still cling to this realm? Would a mother, a father, abandon their own child?
That knight was formerly the guard captain of Noir III. It is said his martial prowess was only surpassed by his loyalty to his king. A loyalty so boundless that he, with the aid of alchemy, abandoned his humanity and became, in all senses, a monster in order to better serve his lord. This sacrifice robbed him of his flesh, and when the deed was done, he was reborn as the frightful Phantom Knight, charged with guarding this place eternally.
Somewhere in the castle is the scroll of the alchemist. That scroll should allow you to call forth the Phantom Knight. I beseech thee, smite down the Phantom Knight and set our children free. I wish to feel my children in my arms one last time.
Are you talking to ghosts? Actual ghosts? Look, I should let you know, I'm allergic to paranormal activity. You need to know how to find a scroll belonging to the ancient alchemist. You think I keep a mental log of every text I see? Do I look like a librarian? I believe there was a special task force assigned to guarding important documents. The problem is, this unit headed by Commander Randall is always changing location. No need to worry, though. It's not hard to get our hands on the info we need. All we need is a document showing where personnel are stationed. Let's nab it off a rookie over there. Why am I not fighting alongside you? Are you so heartless, adventurer? Practically yesterday I was breaking bread with these guys. Killing them would feel crummy. Let's have a look here. Hey, careful! It's a long way down, and I've got a feeling all the king's horses and men aren't interested in putting me back together again. Looks like... Huh! They're at that spire! We can get there by climbing this ladder. What? This is all that's left of Commander Randall's unit? I'd recommend keeping your guard up. Could still be a trap.
Wherever you go, I will go.
What? No, no. It was only thanks to your heroic distraction that I could get here first. Don't get bent out of shape about it. Take a look at this flower pot. Pretty suspicious, eh? Oh, brilliant! From what I can make of this map, there might be something down there. Aha! Next to the door, that box. Do you see it? Oh, to think that I had my doubts about the success of this mission. We should head over there next, up the ladder to our exit.
The Phantom Knight is a solitary force serving only Noir III. It's folly to think reading off a scroll alone would summon it at your whim. The ruins of that spire you're attempting to approach was raised here by none other than the immortal alchemist himself, Caphris. Bringing the evil god Hadum into this world required the most evil of acts, the ritual sacrifice of pure and innocent lives. It is fortunate that the ritual ended in failure, but the power that lingers in these ruins of pure black stones remains strong. The souls trapped within are bound here, waiting for one who can free them of the chains that eternally bind them. My name is Croxus of Whale, proud knight of Kron. I dared speak out before the king, and for that I was executed. The reason Geath froze at the sight of the Phantom Knight is because my flesh was imprisoned by his hands. I too have waited a long time for this. For you who shall break the chains of vengeance.
Why did you stop so abruptly? The ladies are waiting. Hurry and climb the ladder. Adventures first.
You've returned, adventurer. We were worried that you had suffered some kind of accident.
Do you know how many years I've stood guard here? I could climb the castle with my eyes closed.
Wow, that's impressive, I guess. But why were you kicked out again?
After all I've done, you're not thinking of leaving me behind, are you? I mean, honestly speaking, our whole situation didn't sit right with me. We're all suffering from ghostly nightmares at night while being bloodied and bruised from brawling with goblins during the day, all for the sake of protecting some tiny piece of land with some rundown ruins. Whatever were we putting our lives at stake for? A man's life is precious to him, innit? And I felt I'd earned a bonus of sorts. Just so happened the men who caught me pilfering the captain's room didn't agree. Happy now? Let's get a move on. To the Chamber of Secrets over yonder. We can relax a bit now. The spire is right above us. Everyone's too afraid of the Phantom Knight's curse to approach here anyway.
Huh? What is that chest you've been lugging around? And that scroll? What on earth? This is... Kavris' own handwriting! This can summon forth the Phantom Knight, you say? Oh, let me see that. Where is... Oh! Hadum Fuhura Kahaliak? This can't be... This scroll bears the orders of Hadum, the god of darkness! The words on the scroll mean nothing if the king isn't the one to speak them. The Phantom Knight only heeds his call. And he's been gone ages. His kingdom in ruin. And even the kingdom that came after. All trace of him gone. But... no. Do you think...
The dreams I've dreamt thus far can't be mere coincidence. The blood that flows in my veins may rouse the night to my call.
Hold on. You're not some legendary adventurer like your grandpa or your great-uncle Lancelot. Are you sure this'll work?
Coincidence and fate are two sides of the same coin. As grandfather likes to say when he's on a hot streak in Yar. Eileen, stand at the altar and read aloud the scroll's incantation. Then I, bearer of royal blood, shall call upon the Phantom Knight. As for your role, adventurer, please take down the Phantom Knight.
Father, do you think I can do this? Thee who renounced thyself, pledging sword to something greater, O knight who's pledged unyielding devotion to Claude.
I, a Bartali, summon thee by thine oath. Hatum Fuhura, Kaheliak! door to the spire has finally opened.
Look there! My word! A relic of Khafra's lies right before my eyes! Oh, never thought I'd beat Clorins to such a sight.
No time to stand gawking. Hurry! To the spire with you. Take the ladies. Me? The remaining deserters may have been alerted by now. So I'll stay here and stand watch. Quickly now.
Understood. Then, let us ascend this tragic spire.
This is the place. Just like in Emma's dreams. This is amazing.
Because of my ancestor, King Noir III, and his collusion with the immortal alchemist Khafras, the poor souls that befell their wicked plot called out to me.
Now has finally come the time to bring peace to their endless suffering. Go on. Oh, my word. It's beautiful.
I'm sorry. I pray you find peace.
Ah, what is this light? I don't sense any sadness, but rather warmth. Like home. Except without Clorins.
Could it be the stories left by the freed souls? Their sentiments of gratitude for not forgetting about them. This light must be a gift for all of us. I believe it's time we return, back to our ordinary lives.
And suddenly, an impressive display of fireworks. Then someone came along and went pow right in his big red nose.
Papa, don't forget my present.
Of course not. Listen to your mother now, you hear? I shall return with a High-Dell cocktail dress for my little princess.
Finally, some room to breathe. Onwards, to Hydel!
If I can get Yar, I've still got a chance.
About as much chance as catching Red-Nose locking lips with Kiev.
Well, they do say no news is good news. But still...
What? Darling!